Why, hello there, everyone. Welcome to the Sensible Sociopath, episode 114. It's just me and Dan tonight.
114.
That's exactly what we wanted. Roma was foolish enough to not be able to be here. It's just me and Dan.
Hey, guys.
So, welcome to the show. We are live on a Friday night. If you want to chat with us, get all up in that chat. You know, just lube them fingers up and get up all in that chat. You know what I'm saying, Dan?
Yeah.
Talking about penetrating the chat.
Yeah.
Digitally.
Nice and deep.
Yep. We have these new cool cameras, right? So you can see Dan and I. You can see almost all of us. Dick's Wagon.
Almost.
W-A-G-O-N.
Yeah.
There's an apostrophe in there. It's his ownership of the wagon.
Yeah,
Dick's Wagon.
Yeah. Dick's Wagon.
This episode sponsored by Dick's Wagon.
Dick's Wagon.
Yep.
The commercial will come out later.
Yeah, absolutely. And then another thing we can play with, Dan, is like, you know how when I talk and then like you talk and then go ahead and talk.
Okay, well, that talking with.
Oh, really?
Am I Trump?
You don't say.
Am I Trump right now? Are we just cutting me off? Just running right in the middle of it?
Pretty much, yeah.
But I was here for the Headbirders, and I just wanted the Headbirders.
The hamburgers?
And yeah, the Handburgers, you know.
Like, did you know that he loved McDonald's?
Did he love McDonald's?
Just like an American.
No kidding. Did you know that all McDonald's French fries, I believe, from around the world, including
France?
Greece, is not where Greece comes from. But it comes from a little place that most people don't realize, but imagine would be the potato capital of the world.
France?
I was going to say Canada, but yeah, close. You know, France, Canada, they're neighbors.
That was some real production going on there. You didn't see, Dan.
No.
Just wait till you watch the playback.
You know I will.
Let's see the Sausage Party. How dare you, Sarah?
That movie's pretty fucked up, Sarah. God damn it.
There's a goddamn fruit fly trying to get on camera right now.
Quit trying to steal the show.
It's right in front of my face. Piece of shit. Scene stealing piece of shit.
Oh no, me too.
Yeah. All right, now you're just trying to steal the scene, Dad.
I could never steal the scene from you.
Piece of shit number 2.
Hey.
Get it?
Yeah.
That's what I got going on.
You do have the noises, sir.
You mentioned Canada, Dan.
I did.
I have some terrible, terrible news. Is Cat in the chat? We got a cat chat?
So far, we do not have a cat in the chat. We're waiting on the cat in the chat.
Yeah, I know. We're trying to kill it.
She's slacking.
The show, the gnat, cat in the chat.
You know, it's all over.
We should have a freestyle rap battle after this. Do you freestyle?
No,
okay.
But I could have fun with words.
Okay, that's always fun. I've been trying to think of how to work that in naturally, organically.
Yeah, it's fair.
It's hard to really bust out a freestyle rap battle on a white podcast.
Oh yeah, extremely difficult.
Yeah,
because I'm not even close to dark enough.
Yeah, thought you were Latino. Are you Puerto Rican?
I'm actually considered a blue Caucasian.
Blue Caucasian. What does that mean?
Well, you know,
Did you have sex with a blue man group? Did your mom? They've been around for a while.
I didn't have sex with the Blue Man Group.
They had sex with you?
It was definitely a fun night.
All right, fair enough. I won't pry. We'll get into it later. We'll wait till you have a little more of the whiskey.
We'll wait till later.
Yeah.
Just let it lube up a little bit. Oh, that's what they said to me.
Yeah. They said I would be famous. They were like, we know a guy who has a podcast.
They were just telling me that, we're going to work with the PVC pipe.
Yeah, exactly.
But it was actually their interpreter who spoke for them. It was incredibly silent.
PVC pipe was an acronym or innuendo?
There was definitely an in, an N, and a dough.
Everybody's saying the...
Hector!
Hello, guys.
Wow, that just kind of exploded, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's what they said, too.
So we got Margot, we got Sarah, we got Steve, S, we got Hector, and we got...
Cat.
Don't have a cat.
Where are you?
Damn it. You tell that Canadian bitch to get on here. Get on this stream, because I'm about to get real. We're about to get real. Dan, just ignore him, okay? He's asking for your attention.
I was trying.
Piece of shit.
Right in my face.
This is what I get for eating fruit.
You eat fruit?
Nectarines, and I have them in this. Okay, so you've seen my studio dining room.
Yeah.
Because all studios have a dining room. But there's you see that lovely white art stuff that's there,
Yeah,
it's like functional art.
Yeah.
Well,
the picture with the big old dildo right next to it.
There's that, yeah. That picture I actually used to put water in things. It's crazy.
What?
Yeah, like filters and such and whatnot, because I'm all fancy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I have this thing with and it's for I guess it's for fruit. I imagine it's for fruit, so I put fruit in it.
Okay.
I'll put like fruit cocktail.
Oh, okay.
In that
Yeah.
bowl. Just let it
you go.
sit out in the open air.
Yeah.
And it makes wine.
Oh, good.
I learned that in prison.
Oh. I respect that.
Yeah,
I respect that.
Hey, dude, you gonna eat the rest of that? Cocktail fruit. So, anyways, I get nectarines. I get grapes. Actually, my mom came over one time, and she's like, "Are those real fruit?" I'm like, "Yes, they're real fruit. I'm not terrible trash that would have wax fruit. I eat this fruit.
I don't know,
and I
Mom.
impress women with it.
Why don't you find out?
Yeah, why don't you just shut up and eat some fruit, Mom?" No, but she, I thought she was impressed. I'm like, that's cool.
Well, it's good to think that.
Yeah, first time in my life.
Oh, moms.
So that's why I have fucking gnats, fruit flies, pieces of shit.
Mom!
I was trying to kill them. I even bought a fly swatter.
Oh, can you actually catch a fly swatter with? Are you sure they aren't too big to just go right through the little fucking holes on the thing?
I just put a fruit roll up on it.
Oh,
so
yeah,
I just
smart.
tacked a fruit roll up on there.
That's smart. There
just
you go.
Sit there in the dark, waiting. Sit there in the dark with a flashlight all night. I didn't know I just had to turn on cameras and suddenly they would appear. So,
oh man,
here is. Am I totally washed out in the camera?
It's shining on us pretty bright.
Go ahead and turn that one off. There's a little. We're making some changes around here. This is bullshit.
Well, when you don't got a Romerica in the wings.
Yeah, we're making changes around. It's at the bottom. There should be a switch. Feel a switch? Feel a switch, Dan?
We keep going back to the Blue Man Group.
Come on, Dan. I believe in you. You're a handy guy. Find the switch.
Give me a second.
Or just smash it. One of the two.
Well,
pull the cord out. I don't know.
I could do that.
Dan, I need a problem solver when Roma's not here. Okay?
I'm trying to figure this out, Steve.
Yeah. It's just a little switch guy. I feel like it's on the left bottom corner. Not the very bottom corner, but the corner of the electrical. There we go.
We got it.
Yeah, it's a little better.
That's a little better.
I think it's a little better. I'm not looking invisible anymore.
No, well, I was gonna say you look more like a ghost for a second there.
Well, ooh, people like your T-shirt, Dan.
It's my T-shirt.
I know. And if they would like, they can find one of those at the sensiblesociopathpodcast.com. Yep, and you can get your lovely mugs as well.
Mine's pink.
Mm-hmm. Because Dan's gender neutral. Dan's gender non-conformary. Conformary?
Conformiary?
Confirmatory?
confirm.
Sorry, I had some fermented fruit cocktail before this.
Okay, I was gonna say, did you have another hug? Is that what happened?
Hugs and drugs. Actually, I drank 2 of them.
You busted into that barrel. Is that what you did?
I busted 2 of them out. I was gonna just pour them in a whiskey glass, but then I thought that'd be a little trashy.
Well, I mean, we're all here about class.
Mm-hmm. Classy. Ooh, a batch of ginger ale, Dan?
Oh, yeah. So
Is this
Sarah had attempted to
Sarah from the Hall & Oates song?
Yes.
Baby hair with the angel eyes.
Oh, absolutely.
You can see her watching in the night.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, 100%.
Just so we're clear.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So there was an attempt at making homemade ginger ale by fermenting ginger and other ingredients that go into making ginger ale.
Okay.
And
now, did you have any part of this?
I
Encouraged?
I helped with bottling.
Okay.
I think that's about the most that I did.
Mm-hmm.
And it did not work out.
Did you get ginger vinegar?
No, it was actually closer to the ginger beer.
Okay.
Like an actual...
Wait, what's the difference between beer and ale? Is there alcohol in ginger ale?
I imagine that if you let it ferment long enough, that alcohol happens through the ferment. Yeah.
Yeah. Through the firmament.
Through the firmament is where the ginger ale comes from.
So,
but it apparently did not work out and just ended up with a bunch of like liquid ginger product, I guess is more of a way to say. It didn't work out. Is more of what happened. Is that it just
was it sweet?
Not really. It
Okay.
was more like a very light, like kind of like an O'Doul's sort of ginger O'Doul's, kind of like an O'Doul's.
So when you make some sort of a ginger mash, I would assume, is it cloudy?
If you shake it up, because what it does is the stuff that it like if you move the bottle around, I imagine it would become cloudy itself, but it's more of just like it looks like the color of ginger ale, and if as it's fermenting, then it becomes like carbonated through just the fermentation process.
Correct. Yep.
And then from there, like it had some bubbles. Like when you opened it, it of course did the whole,
because you put something in there like some yeast,
right,
of some kind, and when you do that, the yeast eats the sugar and expels the
gas.
Carbon dioxide, and the carbon dioxide then pressurizes the bottle. And when you get extra pressure in the bottle, the way that the carbonation, the bubbles, the effervescence, is because the carbon dioxide's actually embedded into the drink, into the it embeds itself really, so that when you and open it, and then all the bubbles seemingly come out of nowhere, it's because of the pressure difference now between atmospheric pressure and and you know what I was actually noticing was those little hugs that we had were actually a little bit, they had that little bit of a kind of a spicy feeling because because there was just a hint of carbonation to them. Which is kind of cool. I kind of like that in a drink.
A little zing.
Yes.
Not a lot.
No.
Not a lot. I don't I've discovered in my 36th year, I found that I'm not as into soda as much as I was like in my younger days, or hell, even in my earlier 30s. But I definitely still enjoy it every once in a while, but it's not something that like I go to a gas station and I'm like, oh man, I need to have soda. or even I go to a restaurant and I'm like, oh man, I need to have a soda. It's more of a, I think I could do a soda. But most of the time, no, because a lot of restaurants, as I've learned over the years, they don't keep up on their syrup content, and or the mixture is always off depending on the day that you go, because either the carbonation will be out, the syrup will be out, or there's just not enough water in the actual soda itself when it's coming out of the dispenser, let alone, don't even get me started on how well they actually upkeep cleaning those fucking nozzles. That's just horrific.
That's one of the reasons I like drinking diet soda, is just because I feel like it's cleaner because there's none of that sugar or anything in there.
Okay.
You know, it's pretty much like seltzer water with
a little bit of flavor.
Yes.
More flavor than, like, let's say LaCroix.
I don't see I get it. I get it that other people do, but.
Oh, trying to sneak in the chat all quiet like, hey there, Romerica? We see you. I see you.
Sup.
Can't just hang out here. You've got to be hanging out over in, I don't know, Pakistan. Is she in Pakistan? Is she Pakistani right now?
Roma?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
she loves.
All right.
She's she's a Roma's an ambassador.
Okay. Well, yeah. Sensible sociopath ambassador. Okay.
Yep.
Well, good on you. Good on you. It's about damn time you showed up. Jeez.
Yeah. So she's got a busy week. A lot of stuff going on in the world.
Like what?
Okay, Dan, let's get to it.
Okay.
Enough pussyfooting around.
Pussyfoot.
Norm Macdonald's dead. Did you know that?
I did.
Yeah.
I did, and then I watched Janice.
One of the greatest things ever.
Yeah,
my favorite joke.
Because it was your favorite joke, sir.
Yeah.
And as soon as I saw it, I'm like, okay, this has to happen.
Yeah.
Like right fucking now.
Yeah.
I have to watch this, not just for Steve, but for Norm.
Yeah.
For Norm. He filled most of my early childhood on a Saturday night when I really was supposed to be in bed, and my dad was watching, and I was sitting in the hallway with so many good weekend updates.
Yeah.
And then later in life, he was the best goddamn Burt Reynolds that ever graced Jeopardy. Ever.
He was one of the first funny people that I really recall looking at and being like, I like that guy, because so he was part, well, first of all, he was part of his first gig in America or whatever was writing for Roseanne, the show Roseanne.
Really?
Yes. So he credited Roseanne with giving him his start, because he did a short period of time in Quebec as a stand-up, and he would see, I can't remember, I think he saw Letterman there when he was first coming up, and he loved Letterman.
Letter person these days?
Well, I think he's still, actually I haven't seen anything from him. He retired and that was it.
He grew like this huge Santa beard, ended up between two ferns, riding around in a car with Seinfeld.
And I bet you those were just favors to the people he really likes.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure
he did Between Two Ferns? With Galifianakis?
Yeah.
He did?
Yeah.
Wow.
There's one, because I recall him just sitting way back.
I'm sure he probably wasn't, or he probably just liked Galifianakis' style, I would think.
I think that Galifianakis definitely has his own way of doing things. And I'm actually glad that I saw him first amongst a lot of comedians who came up on Comedy Central Presents, when they were only like 30-minute segments. Like that was when Joe Rogan, Adam Ferrara, let's see, Jeff Dunham. That was where I first saw him ever. Gabriel Iglesias, Dane Cook, Carlos Mencia, Dat Fan, yeah.
You threw Dat Fan in there?
Oh yeah, I totally threw in Dat Fan because he was hilarious.
Was he?
Oh yes, he was extremely funny.
I know he's kind of a punchline in just because he did win. What's that show?
What was it?
Last Comic Standing. He won
Okay.
Last Comic Standing over I think over Rich Voss.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
really?
So Rich Voss,
wow.
so basically Rich Voss is hilarious, I think.
Yeah.
But he's not it for everybody. He's just, he's like an old bitter comic. So,
Oh yeah. But there were so many comics who did.
Well, that was the heyday when being on Comedy Central meant something, and
Oh
then
yeah.
HBO was HBO and Showtime were the other thing that meant something, but then they all went woke, and so there's no reason to and even with Netflix, it's really hard to if you don't fulfill being funny is not enough. You can't just be funny.
Cat Williams also did a Comedy Central Presents.
Cat Williams is very funny. He's
Williams
also pretty fucking crazy.
Oh
but
yes,
he's very funny.
Both crazy and hilarious.
Yes, which is awesome. I'll totally take that.
Oh yeah.
But back to the man.
Yes. No. Absolutely.
Norm Macdonald.
Yes, sir.
So he was I remember seeing him on Weekend Update, and he hit Weekend Update when the Michael Jackson trial and the OJ trial were both in like coming up full swing, whatever you want to say. And he was so his delivery was so amazing, and you can watch the clips, the compilations, and that's one of the best things is his jokes. There are 2-3 lines because he's just going, and in this news, bah, 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 just some of it, my favorite stuff.
And it was fucking awesome.
The Frank Stallone punchlines were some of my favorite.
Oh yeah,
you guessed it, Frank Stallone. There was a hurricane in south central, Florida this week. It's cause, you guessed it, Frank Stallone. It's just so good. And then so one of the reasons he was fired, so he was in Saturday Night Live from 94 to 97.
Oh yeah.
And he got fired for saying the F word on camera live.
Did he bust out? What the fuck?
One by accident, it wasn't.
It was probably a fucking, and it just slipped in there, wasn't it?
I think so. I can't recall.
Yeah,
but
I think that happened to Jenny Slate too.
I don't know who that is.
She's newer to the comedy scene. She was on Saturday Night Live maybe 2 episodes, and she had said fuck at least once, and it looked like it just slipped out, and she was done.
Yeah. Well,
Lauren
she wasn't Norm Macdonald.
Enough. No.
Yeah,
no.
Norm Macdonald's the shit.
Oh yeah.
But he ended up. The big issue was one of the executives was friends supposedly with O.J. Simpson, and he wouldn't stop doing O.J. jokes because, but he was told to, and that's I think as far as integrity goes, I think Norm is at the very top of comics with integrity because he will joke about things that you're not supposed to joke about, and he's always kept it super consistent.
See, and that's something that we share in common with and Saturday Night Live with both of our I'd imagine you'd say without a doubt Norm Macdonald is your favorite comedian, would you not?
I would say, yeah, honestly.
Just overall historical delivery, content, nostalgia, the whole package.
So yes, he was definitely one of the most influential on me, and I love everything he does. I honestly do, but he didn't do the traditional tracks, the traditional routes.
Right.
So he had some great movies. He was part of all of Adam Sandler's stuff. He would just have these little bit parts here and there. Because he would even say, "I stink at acting. I'm not an actor."
Oh, his role in Deuce Bigalow, Male Gigolo is still one of the roles that makes that movie.
Yeah,
well,
you see this here?
You see this here, Swizzle Stick. If you don't give me that $11.50, I'll be sticking that right up your pee hole.
Yeah. He's like, I'll be right back.
You said $11.50, right?
Yeah, I'll be right back. Gotta go pick up
I'm gonna go get your tip.
woman. Yeah.
So your favorite consistently overall throughout the package is we'll at least throw down that Norm is your favorite.
When I did the stand up, the funniest person stand up, so it was basically the same thing and that was in 2016.
Okay.
They said, "Who are your favorite stand-ups?" And I said, it was of course, Louis C.K. Just because I agree with what he does personally. That was a joke about jerking off in front of people.
Is this okay? Is this all right?
You want a job, don't you? Let's see. You want to be on the podcast, right? So him, Kevin Hart, because he was pretty big at the time. Because or I was like Dave Chappelle, of course. His stand-up's great. And the one that I think set me over, so that they chose me to be part of the 10 that competed, was I said, and Norm Macdonald. And they were like, Norm Macdonald, all right, that's crazy. Because he hadn't had his Netflix special. He hadn't had, podcasting was big, but it wasn't huge.
It wasn't that big. The biggest name in podcast at the time, for the longest of times, was Joe.
Absolutely, yeah. And most, guys like, I think right around that time, Norm, the only thing he had gotten that like really set him out there was he was tweeting during one of either the Oscars or the Emmys. And because he didn't even know what the hell tweeting was. He just like, somebody got him to do it.
Just having fun, huh?
And he's just throwing
Norm Macdonald.
He's throwing punchlines out as the show is going on. So
it's kind of like what I was doing for a long time that just wouldn't roll at the right moment, because I'd be like, like 2 minutes later. Damn it.
Yeah. And so basically people were virally following him now because he was just launching out these great punchlines to shit going on.
And for me, I'd enjoyed every single one of the roles that I ever saw Norm in, because as I said, I grew up with him as the Weekend Update guy.
Mm-hmm.
And then it went to Carlin, and because it originally started out with Dan Aykroyd and Jane Curtin.
Yeah. Jane, you ignorant slut.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
My dad actually at one point in time had found a tape of like a whole bunch of like back when like John Belushi was on it, and
I prefer Jim.
Right.
According to Jim.
Well, I heard he makes some good weed. But anyway, perfect. So my favorite comedian, hands down, throughout the ages, I feel that it's hard for him to touch. And in my opinion, the only one who seconds him in my eyes has got to be Dave Chappelle.
Oh,
and that's through content, through consistency, through integrity. The whole package is George Carlin. And the way that he ties into... And see, not everybody liked George.
Yeah.
And that's okay. Because not everybody liked Norm.
Yeah, absolutely.
But that's okay.
Yeah.
And the way that he ties into Saturday Night Live is that he was the very first guest on Saturday Night Live.
Interesting.
Ever was George Carlin.
Okay.
And I first saw George without ever knowing he was a comedian. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure as Rufus.
I was going to say Thomas the Tank Engine.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's probably the first time I saw him.
He was Mr. Conductor.
Absolutely.
For decades. Like almost all
Only
the way
dropped
up
the F-bomb 3 or 4 times.
Yeah. Just 3 or 4.
Yeah. Look at these fucking trains. Jesus, Thomas. Yeah.
These fucking kids.
Yeah, you fucking...
Pissed off Thomas one too many times.
Welcome to Siding Time Station, you pieces of shit.
Best episode ever.
Yeah, exactly. Let's doing some coke in the fucking bathroom. Jesus. The steam comes through, blows it all off the fucking countertop.
I lost my
line. Yeah. My thing about George Carlin is I don't believe someone should try to be culturally relevant for as long as he was. I'm not saying that was what his intention was. It's just the type of person he was. But I don't want to be... that was like the preachiness. I mean, he was funny and preachy. But I just don't. I want somebody to make me fucking laugh. Don't make me think about cultural fucking anything. Just make me laugh.
See, I can respect that.
Yeah.
But that's why, I didn't just think that, the whole, like, George Carlin's the only one who stands above the rest, like, period.
Mm-hmm.
Because whereas Dave's got to be careful, I mean, I don't believe he'll go that way. But Dave had started to get preachy a little bit. But that was because he came back after 12 years of absolutely fucking nothing.
Sure.
They tried to ruin Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
Hands down after he said, I'm out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm done doing Chappelle's show. I am
Mm-hmm.
not your monkey anymore.
Mm-hmm. He went to Africa like Pryor did.
Yeah, he actually did.
Mm-hmm.
He went to Africa to just
find himself and
go and be in Africa.
Mm-hmm.
And, before...
That's what Roma's doing.
Well, it's on her tour.
Mm-hmm.
It's on her tour.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as she gets to Johannesburg, it'll be the end date.
Yeah. Once she gets carjacked.
Yeah, well.
Because you can only drive for 3 or 4 days before you get carjacked.
But
if you're lucky.
She'll be in that line
Mm-hmm.
for a long time.
Yeah.
And it'll be okay.
It's true.
At least we'll know where she is.
Mm-hmm.
And the problem is that Dave, as I was saying, has got to be careful because he was like when I think it was Floyd, 8 minutes 46 seconds, was a bit that he did where he was trying to be like he was trying to have humor in this bit that was just called 8 minutes and 46 seconds.
Yeah.
But all it was him just showing the world that even he couldn't fucking handle it. It was like a little half an hour of him sitting up on stage smoking, just going off and just, talking about the whole situation. And he's like, I don't really want to talk about this, but that was all he ended up talking about. Thankfully, the guy is still fucking funny.
Oh, yeah.
And he knows how to deliver jokes.
Sure.
That's why he ended up becoming a GOAT. And he got the award, and he fucking deserved it.
Mm-hmm.
Because he is hilarious, and I feel no matter what, you could turn on Chappelle's show at some point or another and still laugh
absolutely.
Your ass off.
And how wrong it was. I mean, but wrong in the right way. That you're making these observations about race and about color and about financial, like all of those things. He's making those commentaries, but he's doing them in a way that is hilarious. So it's like, that's how I want that's how I want to be impacted in life, is I want you to show the ridiculousness of all of the nuances of our lives, and let me make up a decision based upon that. Like, don't preach. I don't want my comedians going for clapter. So instead of having people laugh at at how funny they are, you're clapping and applauding their bravery for speaking what everyone else is saying.
And I have a feeling that's unfortunately a lot of problems that female comics have.
Yeah.
Is they get the clapter even if they're not intending for it. It's like, oh, she's so brave. She got up there and she just talked about it. And it's
Nanette.
It's like, come on.
The problem with female comedians is they're afraid to hurt people's feelings, you piece of shit.
Right?
Yeah, you fat bastard, you.
That's,
Dan, you stink. You're not a very good driver.
I try so damn hard. Okay? I can't.
Dad walks off. Yep. I really let him have it, people. You see all that laughter you're having?
So... But and I'd never dog on like female comedians in a legit, because they're actually very funny female comedians out there who have, like, my favorite has got to be Eliza
Minnelli?
No.
Eliza Schlesinger.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Mm-hmm. But unfortunately she tried the comic sketch show. I watched one episode and I'm like,
They're all just
go back to comedy, please.
all comedians are looking for development deals so that they can get TV shows and shit. You know,
Mencia lost it.
Ugh,
Like he was
I
fucking
don't
terrible
like
at
Mencia.
it.
Yeah,
Like his half-hour comedy special was fantastic.
yeah,
In the early 2000s
Yeah.
when it came out.
yeah.
After
When it
that,
was when Chappelle was already doing it, and Dane Cook had already done it, and
yeah,
it's Louis changed it for me. Like Louis was a game changer with Shameless. Shameless was a masterpiece. Just talking about what a piece of shit your 4-year-old is, how you want to jerk off on corpses, and his wife giving him the worst hand job in the world.
God, this is
Yeah.
like
The hand job was so bad that there should be a pond with a bench on it where you could just sit and you could just think, man, that was a really bad hand job. Just a reflecting pool. Yeah.
Why was it so bad?
Yeah.
I don't understand. How could she be so bad at this? Oh my God! It's just
pulling her coat together and yeah.
like the occasional
Yeah.
smile.
Could you lick your palm? She didn't understand what I said. She said, "You look like your mom." Yeah.
Oh God, yes.
Just brilliant. Just love it.
I've enjoyed Louis C.K. Like he's a comedian who has also stood the test of time.
Yeah.
And the unfortunate thing is that it came out at its height where it was like Louis C.K. was a very sexual person and he offended somebody.
Yeah. He would jerk off in front of women.
Do you know who he is?
Mm-hmm.
He didn't hide that from anybody.
Mm-hmm.
He hid that from no one.
Yeah. It was a joke. It was a punchline.
Everyone who knew Louis C.K. knew he'll jerk off to anything.
Mm-hmm.
He's not kidding.
He even said that.
Multiple times.
Yeah.
And it's like somebody was offended that like Dave brought up, some bitch was on the phone talking about how, Louis C.K. was jerking off while talking to him on the phone. And he's like, bitch, hang up.
Yeah.
What do you got to stay on the phone with him for?
Yeah, he was probably doing some laundry too, and maybe eating a snack. And,
just hang up.
Yeah, we do all sorts of stuff while we're working.
That's on you.
Yeah.
That's not on him. That's on you.
Exactly.
And most of the time, he'd even put it out there like, is this okay? Can I?
Yeah.
Is this all right? I mean, I'm gonna jerk off over here. Is that really a problem? And it's like, you can walk away.
Yeah.
He's not raping you.
Mm-hmm.
He's not coming on you. He just is one of those dudes.
I told you, I totally agree with his lifestyle choices. You were preaching to the choir, my friend. But
I'm not saying people go out and just jerk off for random women. That's not what I'm saying. But if you're gonna,
you can
make it a joke.
Yeah,
please, for the love of God, throw a punchline in there.
Warn the lady. She'll probably be like, "I'll see what happens."
If I'm
check this out.
If I'm offended, the world will know.
Haven't you seen the guys who jerk off and they drive up in their car and they're like, "Hey, I just need a quick," like they're
what's that building over there?
No, they're just being.
What's going on in here?
They've got the phone set up, and I'm sure some of them are fake, but I'm sure some of them are real.
Oh, I don't doubt that.
The ladies are just like, "Oh, hey," and they can clearly see that they're jerking off. It's like, but the guy's in the car and they're outside the car, so you don't really have to
it's like
stick around and
a drive-up hand job. Is this happening? Is this
Yeah.
happening? No.
I mean,
no. Okay.
I could see it being shocking and you being like, "What the fuck?" But
dudes are perverts. Let's be real.
yeah, exactly.
I mean, chicks are perverts too.
Yeah.
But we're a little bit more obvious about it.
I think
most of the time.
I think we've got a need to, just like women aren't funny, men have to jerk off. Some women are funny. I shouldn't say that all women aren't funny, but
and some men shouldn't jerk off.
Yeah. like guys that had both their hands blown off and they just have hooks now. Is that what you mean?
No, definitely. Or people who constantly use icy hot.
Yeah, that's true. I would imagine that would be, yeah. And you probably just get used to it though.
Yeah, it's numb. It's numb.
Go with it. Just keep.
What are you doing? It's numb. Come on.
Fuck Clapter. That shit's weak.
Thank you, Hector.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sarah wants a Roseanne shirt, a Roseanne chicken shirt.
Do guys?
I think I remember which one you're talking about.
Do guys ask for hand jobs?
Dry or lubricated, because that's a different thing.
Yeah, that's really.
Because I don't mind. Some people call it an old fashioned.
Where you're just going dry,
Just getting an old fashioned,
just
but
just rubbing the skin.
not dry, necessarily, but it's kind of like, I think when you get into a relationship and they start just being, are you supposed to have sex every single time? Is it just always supposed to be sex? And I get it, in God's eyes, yes.
But he's all the way up there, beyond the firmament.
Yeah, but it's only for procreation, so
He's always watching. I mean, he's got the telescope lens.
yeah,
It's wrapped around the Earth.
Mm-hmm.
So
God's a pervert too. Yeah.
Oh yeah, biggest pervert of them all. Like
Mm-hmm.
him and Santa. Are you kidding me?
They're
watching you all the time.
He created dog boners.
Yeah,
so-
and they
and the women who suck them.
I'm
sorry, the people
fair.
who suck them.
Okay. Forgiven.
Well,
I actually don't know. We might have to do a poll about whether or not guys ask for hand jobs, because I don't think that it's something that you ever really ask for. You just kind of imply through, like, when you're younger, for
Mhm.
sure. It
Yeah.
was one of those, just kind of, I don't really want to ask for it, but
I think it is a step in the process. So if you're not doing hand, we not do it in the mic.
sorry, boss.
If you are getting up to the point where you're going to have sex, a hand job is a stop on the way there. And the reason I say that is because it's all part of the foreplay of
yeah.
unless it's like you push someone into a stairwell and you just fuck them from behind standing up, that's something too, or in someone's backyard.
Right.
Because those things happen. And then it's not about foreplay, it's just about being turned on.
Right.
However, I feel that a dry hand job is like it's like layers, getting to the best parts. So, over the pants is one thing. So you should start there.
Yeah, for
It's like-
sure.
Like, I don't think sex should just be like, because I've had sex where it's like, well, let's get undressed now, and now we're going to have sex, and it's like, no, you should be
Very
like,
Zach and Miri make a porno, right?
I can't remember how it happened.
It was one of those "let us fuck" kind of a situation
Gotcha.
where they'd like do this whole kind of walk up sort of thing, and then
it was a porno though.
it was a movie with
I'm thinking Knocked Up, because I was like, I thought it was all passionate and they were like fucking tearing at each other's stuff, because that's how it should be. It should be Knocked Up, not Zach and Miri make a porno.
right, where they were
Yeah.
actually attempting to make a porno so
Yes.
that they could have money
Yes.
because they were broke, and they were like,
Yeah.
why not just fucking make porn?
Mm-hmm.
And so they'd get people to be a part of it and stuff, and then it's just kind of like, yeah, let's take off our clothes
Yeah.
and wander
Well-
over here and let us fuck. And
Yeah, but when there's no cameras on you, it's a little different. It's not acting, and it's not with a stranger. It's with someone that you're,
oh, absolutely.
Now,
If you want it to be robotic, by God, just get a fucking robot. They have them nowadays.
it's true. I can't wait. I can't wait till they're just, they can make dishes too, or do dishes, and
Fucking right. Fold your laundry, God's
Mhm.
sakes.
Yep.
Jeez. Laundry for days.
be a podcast co-host.
Yeah.
my
I'm happy to be here, Steve.
yeah. Probably just some shitty speaker.
Just-
Yeah. And then she spews perfume out because it's like just this shitty feature on it that nobody wanted or asked for, but
like the
Yeah.
weird, like it's broken, so its wink is
Yeah.
off. It's just
yeah, the eyelashes are just hanging, like you got to glue them back on. But you're like, but no guy cares enough. Like, if you're fucking a robot, you don't care what it looks like. And
No.
you're like, does it do the job?
dudes have fucked plastic dolls that they'd sit there and
hmm And you're not cleaning it out. You're not fucking. You're just. And here's the thing: why don't you just fucking like take a toilet paper roll and turn a glove and, you know, like you can make pussies out of things.
And now they have the pocket pussy.
Like a prisoner, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or take washcloths and roll them up and then put, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. They've got them.
Because you gotta, like, let's say you spend 10 grand on this robot thing.
Okay.
You're gonna fuck it, and then you're gonna be like, fuck, I wish I didn't waste all that money on it. Like, jerking off would have been exactly the same thing.
Oh, yeah.
It's, and that's how you know someone loves you, is if they have sex with you rather than just jerk off, you know?
Right.
Because it's really easy to just jerk off and not have to deal with all the bullshit,
Oh, yeah.
you know?
Oh, yeah. Like in, ladies, they jump through flower hula hoops or, I don't know, stare at ducks or something, and they get what they need.
Mhm.
Whatever they do.
Yeah.
I makes no judgments about these things, and I try to not understand what they do either,
Mhm.
because that's their own thing.
Mhm.
Jerking off for guys as well, you know what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a fact about life.
Yeah.
Soon as you know what it is, you're like, okay, yeah, no. For the rest of my life, I understand what this is.
Yeah.
Getting yourself off is just something that is what you do.
Mhm.
No matter who you are, even if you try to deny it for the longest of times,
Mhm.
yeah, you do it at some point.
Well, and some people are more or less comfortable with it, and I think women are less comfortable in general with masturbation.
I think it's admitting.
That
I
could
think
be
it's
true.
I think it's more they're less comfortable about admitting, because then it goes to an implication that they're horny. So because they're horny, that means they want to fuck, or they want just a dick somewhere near them so that they can mess with it. And then guys are like, at least in mass, are like, well, I can be that penis. Let me be that penis. And they're just like, whoa, look,
Yeah.
I just admitted that I'm human too.
I think with women, it's that you have to make love to their mind. With a man, it's totally different. Like, our triggers are completely different. So a woman, it doesn't have to do with all the physical stuff. So like, you could be whoever and not, they could see a guy, and you as a guy could probably seduce any woman, but you have to seduce her mind, where a girl can just show you her tits or grab your crotch or do any of that stuff, and it's like, okay, I'm very interested.
Hector, that's called the stranger. But usually you sit on your hand
You have to read.
and you make it fall asleep. That's what that's called, buddy.
So, yeah. So, see, now a hand job is like part of the process, not the whole point. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So, Sarah, I was going to say that if done right, it can be the final thing. Like, like it can stop at that point.
Oh, yeah. Just kind of depends on the mood, really.
Yes. If you're that turned on, I mean, okay, if you're in a car.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, okay, fucking in a car is not great. No matter what anybody says, it stinks. It's the worst. Just because.
Especially if you roll the windows up.
Exactly. Yeah. Go out for Mexican. At the county fair, chili cook-off. And you have some hot car sex. Yeah.
Yeah, it was hot for multiple reasons. Oh, my God.
Yeah. But, and the other thing about it is, but you want some sort of a lubricant. So,
yeah, absolutely.
So, a blowjob is superior in that way, but if you just spit in your fucking hand, it's fine.
Yeah,
I mean,
you just gotta make sure there's plenty of spit.
Yeah, that obviously, yeah. Anyways,
right.
The one problem with hand jobs that I will say a woman may not understand is how, when a man has an orgasm, stop fucking stroking. Like if you're the girl doing this when like, oh, he's having an orgasm, well, let me go hard, like let me go all in. It's like, no, you're ruining. Like, I'm like, you're jumping out of your fucking skin.
It's like, no,
but
no.
You don't want to be like, you fucking bitch, and smack her hand, It's like,
Because that'll
just chill.
never happen again.
Yes.
It'll never happen again.
If we are coming, just chill out. Like just the bare minimum is perfect.
As soon as you get to that point, if you know right when that moment happens, even just a good, strong, not gorilla tight grip, but just a good, strong, pressurized grip, and you just hold on to it.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter,
don't occlude
really.
flow. Don't occlude the flow outward.
Right.
But just actually, that's perfect. Like just hold it
get
still.
Some good
just
grip.
hold
You
still.
know, you could point it wherever you want.
Yes.
Because even if he gets shot in his own face, he'll deal with it because he just got a fucking hand job.
Yep. And you know, I mean, because think of it like your clitoris. When a guy gets you to come from your clitoris, what do you want him to do? Do you want him to just keep rubbing that thing like it's not sensitive, or do you want him to chill out? Because that's like it is once they come, I'm just putting like barely any pressure and just a little bit on it. So it's like, I don't want to just be like, oh, you're done, you know, because that's shitty too. That's like,
that's worst. That's the worst. Come on, be sensitive for fuck's sake. It's a sensitive body part either way on a guy or a girl. It's fucking sensitive.
Yes, but you don't stop stimulating. You just really take it easy. You know?
Yeah.
Up until that point of them coming, go for it.
Yeah.
But once they say the word, you did the job. You just chill out and let them and help them ride it out.
Oh yeah.
That is the perfect way to, you know, to have to be the perfect partner. It's not about you at that point. It's about them. So just chill, and that's it. Less is more. You know, I think like in a lot of relationships, people don't get that. It's like if you keep pushing, it's like sometimes you got to sit back and relax.
Just chill.
Just
for
chill.
fuck's sake.
Yes.
Netflix and chill isn't just for dates, people.
Exactly.
Sometimes you just got to fuck off on the couch. And I don't mean actually fuck. I mean just like, you fuck off to your side of the couch, I'll fuck off to my side of the couch, and let's just watch a thing.
And that's the old fashioned. It's like, you know, and I get it that this doesn't happen for women as much, but can you just give someone else pleasure without fucking, you know, needing something for yourself?
Yeah.
You know, how shitty is that? It's like, if I cook fucking dinner for you, I've put all this time fucking into this. Why not fucking be like, hey, next time we're in the shower together, I'm just going to jerk him off and then
call it a day.
And then go, yeah, okay, well, let's go out to fucking Antique or whatever the fuck, you know?
Let's go for a stroll in the park.
Yes, where it's just like, and then I, you know, as a male, I'd be like, that was fucking cool. Like, that's so awesome, you know? And I mean, even if I've got to jerk off on your butt while we're in the shower, just let me do it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm secretly peeing on you and you don't know. Every time you turn around, I'm peeing on you. Just know that.
It's not pee this time.
No, it is. It's always pee.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's really warm and you're standing behind me. Yeah. Just let it happen. Just let it happen. Just enjoy the shower.
So Norm Macdonald.
Yes.
He has been one of the greatest influences on my comedy because he started doing these great podcasts. You can go out and you can see him. He does all these. One of my favorite things is he does these jokes on cards, and he has his guests read the cards, and some of them are horrific jokes that are like super, super unwoke in every way.
Oh, yeah.
One of them was like, here's one of them. He said, I think gold chains would be a perfect gift for a really good slave. And the person, he had his guest read that. And they're like, you can't read that. He's like, you can't say that. He's like, what? He's like, no, it's on a card. He's like, who wrote this? He's like, I don't know. You know? But it's just hilarious. That was on his first podcast, too. That was with Super Dave Osborne.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And Super Dave, he's always flustered. And that's just super great. And he had the movie Dirty Work.
Oh, yeah.
That was great.
I actually saw that at a drive-in theater.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. When And who would have thought? So you have him, and then you have what was the guy's? Artie Lang
Yes.
was his partner in
Yeah.
that. Who would have thought fucking Artie Lang would outlive fucking Norm?
I know, right?
Fucking bullshit.
God damn it.
Yeah. I mean, I love Artie Lang. He's great. He's hilarious. What was the show? Oh, Howard Stern show on Mad TV.
Yeah.
A bunch of stuff. He's been in a lot of good things. But Norm did have a recent Netflix special. It's called like Hitler's Dogs.
I need to check it out.
You haven't seen that one?
I haven't seen it yet. No.
So that's what Janice was from.
okay.
Yeah.
So I've seen 12 minutes of it.
Okay, yeah, and he had some other really great bits about about dying and death. It was more about heart attacks and things. He had the best Hitler jokes. If you liked Hitler jokes, he had this great way of setting something up. Like, the more I learn about this guy Hitler, seems like a real jerk. just the funniest. On his last David Letterman, on one of the last I think he was the last stand-up comedians that David Letterman had on in 2015 before he retired. One of the greatest sets of comedy, and one of them was about just how Germany, how you can't trust Germany because they're starting world wars left and right. Like, I don't know, just super great.
Oh man.
Went to war with the world, Yeah. So I don't know. Check out all of his stuff. He's fucking funny.
He was worth it. He was always worth it. His delivery was unprecedented.
Yeah.
I feel.
And one of the most unsung
Oh yeah.
stand-up heroes, comedy heroes out there. And God damn it, somebody I care about a lot. We were video chatting, and she looks down at her phone and she's like, "Who's that guy, Norm Macdonald?" And she was one of the only people I had. Well, and she's much younger, and so had no real reason to know who he is, other than I had shown her Janice. She's one of the maybe 5 people in the world I'd ever gone, "You need to watch this." Like with me.
No, you need to understand. This has got to go into your brain.
And this was years ago.
Right.
And so she's like, basically just, "Oh, he just died." I'm like, "You're fucking kidding me." And she's like, "No, it says," and she didn't know any context to it or whatever.
As soon as I found out Norm Macdonald had slipped loose this mortal coil, my heart reached out to you, Steve. I was like, even if I didn't actually send words to you or whatever, I was just like, oh no.
Yeah.
Oh man.
It was one of the only ones that has affected me, like the celebrity deaths, or when Prince died, fuck him. When Jackson died, I was like, okay, that's that's eventful. That's
for me. It was like George. It was like when George passed, because
Jefferson.
Yes.
Yeah.
I actually saw George. I got to see him once, months before he died.
Yeah.
It was on his last tour, and it was it's all bullshit.
That was the name of the tour.
Pretty much, yeah. And
you saw him do stand up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually got to see him do stand up, and you could tell George was on his last few legs.
Yeah.
Like he really was. He was just having a hard time with things, but he was still fucking funny to me.
Yeah.
Like no matter what, it was still funny. And as soon as I heard that he passed, it was like, I need a fucking day, man.
Yeah.
I knew it was coming. He knew it was coming.
Yeah.
But I need a fucking day, dude. Like that's one of those where you're like, oh God, I need to turn him. Like I need to watch and or listen to him for like fucking 24 hours just straight and get a good strong dose.
Well, I think that stand-up comedians affect our lives more than a lot of people do, because if we it's not like just like music, you know, because music is great. Like music are part of our lives. You know, you can listen to some songs and just be like, okay, this is an era of my life. Um, but with stand-up comedy, it's something else. It's I don't know. It's something like it's a
It's what you want to say to the world